Hello, hello, welcome back to the Pink Floyd Completion Project. Today we are looking at both the Madcap Last Laugh, the Syd Barrett tribute concert, and a very brief reunion that Roger Waters and David Gilmour did in 2010. So, in 2006, Syd Barrett passed away after complications of diabetes. Joe Boyd, the man who did the production on Arnold Layne, the band's first single, organized a tribute concert. Various artists came together to honor him. Now, I could not find a full recording of this tribute concert. If any of you out there can, please do so and link it in the comment section down below. And if I can in the coming weeks, maybe I'll do that early next year to rectify, not being able to find a version of it to talk about. But I did find the stuff that the actual Floyd members contributed to. First is Roger on Flickering Flame. He gives a long vocal tribute to, or a long verbal tribute to Syd Barrett. He's basically like, I was burdened by darkness, Syd Barrett wasn't. And then he does, one of his own songs, Flickering Flame, which is a very long acoustic thing. It sounds like a Roger Waters song. Okay, it's there. Alright, it was released on a compilation that I didn't look at, didn't even know it existed till today. So, yeah. And then David Gilmour, Richard Wright, and Nick Mason came out and did what is the final Pink Floyd performance. And what song did they perform? Arnold Layne. The first song they released was the last song they performed. It had been 40 years. But the band's, I guess, live career came to an end. Richard Wright does a fine job on vocals and on keys. David Gilmour does a very fine job on his Telecaster. Nick does a fine job on the drums. And if you're wondering, no, Roger is not in this performance. Apparently he had shit to do that day. Alright then. So Andy, John Caron's up there, also on keys, and you've got the bassist of Oasis there. Okay, cool. But it is a very fine performance. I will link it in the description down below. And I think it's nice that Rick took lead vocals on the final performance. He rarely took lead vocals on Floyd songs, and I think it's appropriate that he take lead vocals in their last performance. This was the last chance that the Floyd had to reunite. Because in 2008, Richard Wright would pass away from pancreatic cancer at the age of 60. Pink Floyd could never happen again. Like, a live performance of Pink Floyd could never happen again because Rick is integral to the live performance and the sound of Pink Floyd. But it would not stop reunions of individual members, because in 2010, Roger Waters and David Gilmour would reunite for a charity for Palestinian children to do a brief 4-song set. The first song they did was a Phil Spector cover. It was To Know Him Is to Love Him. Dave tears it up as usual on the intro, and Dave and Roger trade voices. Alright, it's two members of Pink Floyd doing a Phil Spector song, something that I didn't necessarily want or need in my life. Okay then. It exists. I will link the full performance in the description below, this whole reunion. And Dave tears it up on the solo as well. Following that up, it's Wish You Were Here. The Live 8 version is better just because it's got better sound quality and it's Pink Floyd doing it. but it's not bad. It's kind of hard to make Wish You Were Here bad, because it's Wish You Were Here. Again, like I've said many times, it came out the womb fully formed. Song number 3 is Comfortably Numb. It's the guys who wrote it do a great job of performing it. And the solo is fucking jizzworthy, as always, because it's David Gilmour performing Comfortably Numb. It's so fucking good. And the last song they do together is Brick in the Wall Part 2, which is Roger Waters and David Gilmour doing a performance of Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. Okay. It's cool. It's nice that it happened. Not necessarily the last song I want the two to play together, and technically, it's not. Now, with Rick gone, nobody expected another Pink Floyd album. But there would be. But we do have one pit stop to make before we take a look at that. Because this happened before that. Next time, we will be looking at Roger Waters' 2011 to 2013 massive tour of The Wall. Thank you all very much for watching. If you liked this video, please leave a like on it. If you have something to add, please do so in the comment section down below. If you want to continue along this musical journey with me or finish it out with me, please feel free to subscribe. I believe we only have about 2 weeks left of this. If you want to hear me talk about something other than music, I have a podcast called Dorkies with 2 of my buddies. I will link the most recent episode of that in the description below. And if you want to hear me... And if you want to hear what I happen to be listening to that day, or a 15-second segment at least, you can follow me on Instagram at Sean_Eastern1979. I post a 15-second segment of a song on my story there every single day. And with that, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.